No, Lyrilyn, you are not doing the recording opening again. This is our 4th week of doing this, and I have finals soon. Let's make this quick. We go into the Wanderer's Library, get the info we need, pick up some extra to help with schoolwork, ace the finals, then go on summer break, and we can explore all we want then.
So, no logging then?
I don't think we have the time this week. We can make this quick and easy, successful.
Too late. Already started recording, and that was awesome!
Go, Catalina! See, Ani, always knew you were cut out for this. Just needed a little push is all.
Oh, shut up. Let's do this.
Wait, stop. No, we can't. No, I cannot find Carl. I can't go without him.
Don't worry about Carl, Mars. He's just on a bit of a vacation. We'll get him next week, okay? Now go on through.
Okay, but just this once. Carl is an important member of our club and needs to be at all of our meetings.
Catalina, did you eat Carl?
You mean Mars's stale trail mix? Someone had to. I'll bring a new bag next week. Don't worry about it.
Okay, everyone. We don't have a lot of time, so let's make this quick and easy. We spread out. You go find Rowan and see what they have for us this week. Kat and Mars, you two go together and find us something we could use for finals in general. I'm going to go to the medical section and see what books on anatomy that I can find.
Since when were you in charge, Ani? I'm not against it, but this is new.
Oh, it happened when you dragged me along on this crazy ride during finals week. So,
All right, well, let's go. So, you're saying the Serpent's Hand acts as the guardians of this place?
No, they're more like dedicated patrons who actually work with the archivist to keep things running. Think of them as volunteers.
Okay, I get it. Then... Oh, Kat, Mars, Ani, you're all back.
We got the books for finals. Turns out you can check things out at the front desk. Due date 4 weeks from now.
these two are surprisingly quick when you actually send them out on a task. I could barely believe my own eyes.
Listen, we are very good at finding things. Mars, tell them.
We found a vending machine. I found so many snacks.
How are things going with you two?
Well, I thought we would shift things up a little bit this week. I found some stories of people talking about their first-hand experiences with the library. I thought you would find them interesting. Have time for a listen?
I know I'm not one to be the voice of reason, but we do have finals.
I mean, in fairness, this part did go a lot quicker than expected, so we can probably spare another 10 or so minutes.
Ani, you want to stay longer?
Okay, look. I've been dragged here for the last 4 weeks, and things are finally starting to be helpful for all of us. So I'm going to humor you guys. This time. It's one time. Don't abuse it.
Well, I'll take that opportunity. Alright, let's get... Hold a second. Do you
When I was in Catholic
hear
school,
that?
My idol was another girl who ran a banned book library out of her locker. Nothing super fancy. Just her and her pin-covered backpack and all the books she could get that weren't allowed on campus. And a notebook with a dragon on the front where she wrote down who had which book and code. She was in 8th grade and I was in 6th. And she, with her rock band buttons and essay collection, was the coolest person in the world to me. When she was about to graduate, she handed the whole collection down to me. The racy romance books and the anarchist essays she'd printed out in the musty school library alike. I swore I'd protect it with my life. And she laughed at me. But I was the librarian then, and I took my duties as seriously as only an 11-year-old girl with a hero complex can. I always hoped someone would ask for one of the essays, but in fact, we were middle school girls, and what did numbers was Twilight. Still, if I could get a book into the hands of someone who wanted it and wouldn't have had it otherwise, I called that a worthy contribution to the cause. When I was about to graduate, I found a 6th grader who could be trusted with the collection, Marcy P., a stubborn bitch who loved books and hadn't yet learned which hills not to die on. Not that I had learned that either, and handed it down. I don't know if she handed it down in turn or if she got caught or what, but I like to think that in my old Catholic middle school, there's still some kid like us with a pile of banned books in one of those squeaky gunmetal gray lockers, handing them out to anyone who will take them. This isn't why I'm in the Serpent's Hand now. But it isn't not why either. This is also not why I'm in the Serpent's Hand now, but it's closer to it. My V has corrosive blood. Found out when she was a little kid, and skinned her knee at preschool, and within a few hours it had eaten through the floor. If the jail guards of the world had their way, that would have been the end of it right there. V would have spent the rest of her life in a standard issue humanoid containment cell with a number instead of a name. They would have called her IT, an SCP object, in all of their documents and told each other she was dangerous and it was the only way, never mind that she was a 3-year-old. But instead, she got a hemophilia diagnosis and her parents got an explanation and a warning. And she's fine. She's actually just fine. She takes 3 kinds of hormonal birth control so she doesn't have a period, and every winter she goes through 3 sticks of chapstick so her lips don't crack. And we don't own anything made of glass. When she cooks, I cut the vegetables up for her. She could hurt people, but she doesn't. Instead, she bakes bread for everyone we know. She's helping homeschool our godson, who's the sweetest little boy you ever saw, with a second mouth on his stomach and an abiding love of robots. I can hear them right now. She's explaining how things process the food they eat, and how the yeast they're adding will eat the sugar and help the dough rise and it won't come out sweet. It kind of makes you wonder, if you're the sort of person who's inclined to wonder, how many other people in jail cells don't need to be. The reason I'm in the Serpent's Hand is this. V has scars on her hands. Not from cuts, from acid burns. You basically just can't raise a kid so safe she never bleeds. Kids trip, or they fall off their bikes, or they poke themselves with things you never imagined it was possible to break skin with. But what you can do, and might if you have a good enough reason, is raise a kid so scared that she'll press her hands into corrosive acid to cover it up, rather than let it eat through anything else where someone might see. She's been in physical therapy as long as I've known her. When we met, she was just barely gaining back the ability to hold a pen. I have no idea what they told the doctors. I've never asked, but that fear. If I can make life even a little easier for someone like V someday, I can't just not do it. You get that, right? I don't have to explain that. See, the Serpent's Hand isn't like the jailors or the book burners or whichever government agency it is this time. We don't have ID badges or clearance levels or background checks or superior officers. There's no database with all of our names and pseudonyms and locations. What we have instead is a community. V didn't get a hemophilia diagnosis because some men in suits showed up at a local hospital with guns and amnesia drugs. She got it because her preschool teacher knew what she was looking at. And the preschool teacher knew a librarian, and the librarian knew a pediatrician who specialized in exactly this sort of thing. In the Serpent's Hand, we don't have chains of command or orders from on high. Instead, we look out for each other. We hand down books and favors and small kindnesses the way I used to hand down clothes to kids I babysat. And V bakes bread for everyone we know and makes phone calls for adoption agencies to get anomalous kids paired with parents who won't sell them down the river when the jailers come knocking. I plant tomatoes and help maintain the Wanderer's Library digital card catalog. A preschool teacher did her a favor once, and a girl handed me a box of books and told me to take care of it. And it's important to both of us to pay it forward. We do what we can. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. Just people doing what they can. They say you cannot buy the revolution or make the revolution, that you have to be the revolution, that it is in your spirit or it is nowhere. They say that the revolution starts at home, and it does. It starts with a girl's hemophilia diagnosis, with books passed hurriedly in the hallways, with plastic plates and little jars of handmade lip balm every New Year's. It starts with preschool teachers who know librarians, who know pediatricians, with a coded ledger in the margins of my algebra notes, with my godson at the kitchen table doing grammar worksheets while he talks through both mouths at once. It starts with kindness, paid forward in kindness. It starts with bread dough rising in a plastic bowl on a kitchen counter, kneaded into being by acid-scarred hands.
That's kind of beautiful. Kat, will you bake bread for me?
You know what? Sure, Mars.
Yeah. So, this serpent's hand. You still haven't really told us what it is, Rowan.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. They're not an organization, more just an idea. It's anarchy in many ways, a loose group of individuals joined by one idea. They seek rebellion, the uncovering of information, the protection of the unknown. You get the idea. They have a lot going for them, but also a lot of critiques. After all, it's not like hiding books in a locker is a form of world-ending rebellion.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really about the locker. More about remembering. Even if no one else does.
You okay? You haven't been acting like yourself today at all.
Yeah. I'm just exhausted. Words are sticking in my head weird. It's like I've read them before.
Let's take a break. There's a reading alcove just down the hall.
You hear that? It's ringing, but inside my...
What the hell? She's out cold. What do we do?
Oh, you must be new. I imagine you've been told to ask me about something. Ah, yes. Forbidden knowledge. A familiar topic, and one about which I know a great deal. I know a great deal about a lot of things. I'm the archivist of this place, after all. But this one, well, you might consider me something of an authority. In the library, strictly speaking, there is no forbidden knowledge. Every book, every text, every word is available for a willing patron to peruse. There are restrictions, of course, but they are mostly there for the patron's own good, and a justified curiosity will almost never be restricted entirely. Maybe you have found yourself hungering after some dark and ancient art, or an idea so dangerous it has a life of its own. Maybe you want to know the fate of someone excised from history, or summon a god long forgotten. These things are all technically allowed. Technically. The library has a responsibility to protect itself, the knowledge it contains, and those who wander its hallowed halls. There are restrictions in place, dangers. Certain things are hidden from everyone's eyes or blocked behind deterrents so harsh that even they're restricted beyond text. But the thirst for knowledge is eternal, and there are always those who would desire more. Maybe you're one of them. Let's say, for the sake of an argument, that you are. Or were, rather. We'll get into that later. And maybe you want to know something which people won't talk about. You consulted other patrons and they just stare at you blankly, or maybe didn't hear you at all. You talked to the archivists and they shuddered, briefly, before turning back to their work. Those docents that you persuaded to hear your queries shrieked and disappeared, and you never saw them approach you again. So of course, you begin seeking more dangerous avenues. Maybe, like me, you scour the text mails of the macrofiche, where books too powerful to be bound are kept word by word on steel plates hundreds of meters across, swung into place by cranes the size of cities. The engineers are helpful and they make good conversation, but none know of what you seek, and there's one too many missing limbs. Maybe one too many disappearances, for you to be quite comfortable in their company. One day, perhaps, you saw someone chewed up by a gear the size of a building, moving too fast to see. And then the next you saw them at their post again, skin pink and shiny, oddly wet. They looked at you and smiled blankly, and you left too fast to pack your bags. Or maybe you found the basalt caverns full of words of fire, written by deities and shipped to the library at great expense. You wandered for days deeper into the mist, choked and burned and desperate, before emerging in a cloud of smoke from a trapdoor in the ceiling of an unremarkable reading room. Its occupants regarded you strangely for a moment before returning to their books. Stranger things than this are a regular occurrence after all. You tried to turn back, but the trapdoor was gone, a thin charcoal marking all that remained, and it seemed to you that even the gods wouldn't tell you what you want to know. And maybe then, with an all-renewed sense of determination, you redoubled your efforts. You began to chart the halls, find the places less trodden, and probe them for secrets. You pried open the doors of long-abandoned conference halls, hired exploratory teams to forage through the great fog-wrapped estates of dukes and duchesses past, navigating Asphodel, charting Eden. Hell, maybe you even found the last bastion of reason, where infinity diverges beyond comprehension. You're still standing here, so I doubt it, but who knows? Maybe you found a way. But even if you had, it wouldn't have been the way you wanted, would it? It wouldn't have been the answer whose question drove you mad over countless sleepless nights. The same knowledge that, possibly, tempted you to delve into metafiction? Many men have done it, and some even kept themselves mostly sane. In this half-mad fervor, who knows what you would have been capable of? Maybe you'd have spent nights scaling cliff notes, plumbing the depths of the plot holes, or exploiting the rule of threes, seeking your quest's end within books, within tomes, within catalogs, featured briefly in chapters of novels unwritten. Maybe. No, even I can't pretend that's what happened. That wouldn't make sense. People who break fourth walls like that, they do find their way here, but it tends to be as characters, fictions, shades, plot points. You're solid and real. Beautifully so, if I do say so myself. Delectable, actually. So, if not that, maybe you went mad, but with loss rather than desire. Perhaps you sought solace in a lover's arms, pouring your heart and soul into theirs. Maybe your unbound longing, turned potent by exposure to the stacks, drove them to suiscribe, and you discovered their bloated corpse one morning crammed full of autobiography. In realizing this, you weaponized your lust, targeting those with expertise in wringing every last semicolon from their lifetime subconscious. You became a dark, twisted lover, a trail of bloody conquests in your wake. You tore people's hearts from their chests and devoured them in your thirst, a vampire of the mind. Well, nonsense is subjective. Some would say a man can't live without his lungs, but here I am anyway. All right, I understand you're confused, but please just calm down. I'm trying. Please, I'm trying to let you choose. A story, of course. What else? You'll need something to hold on to, now you found your way down here. Well, of course, you really don't understand, do you? Alright, how do I put this delicately? Okay, how about this? When you entered through the gate, you saw the skull, yes? And in the skull, the city of bones carved from the skeleton of the second serpent. Yes, I thought so. And someone in the city directed you to the hall where you found me. Good. And you didn't stray into the mists outside? Wonderful. My point is, try and remember what happened before that. Go on. Any detail, no matter how slight? Anything at all? Exactly. You're welcome to continue your quest, of course. That, at least, should persist since the goal was down here to begin with. We don't know how it happens, the crossover, but it does, and it almost always ends this way. Well, if you head out into the shelves, you might find one that's not bare, and it might have something of interest. But remember, if you do, there's no coming back. The city is the last light before oblivion. After this, there's nothing. The shapes? What shapes? Oh, them. Docents, I'm afraid. Don't try to talk to them. Their lanterns are broken and they're little more than feral pests at this point. They fall through the cracks in the library proper sometimes and wind up here. Blind as bats, poor things. Keen sense of smell, though, and exceptionally sharp teeth. As I said, try not to engage. Well, you should be able to work that out. This is the underbelly of the library. Books burned, stories lost. They all end up down here eventually. It's a cellar of sorts, or a dungeon. Nobody's ever found any kind of ceiling or outer wall. There's just the remnants of a city, no doubt scoured from the history books, but they're all abandoned. Nothing alive, just miles and miles of ash and charcoal gray skies and empty shelves. Oh, of course there's books. They're just few and far between, but they amass slowly as people are disappeared from their various worlds. Once a text is destroyed everywhere and exists nowhere, even in people's heads, it exists here, forever. It's just the way things are. Everything has to persist somewhere, apparently, and dead memes are no exception. This, my child, is Memocide. It's where knowledge comes to die, and I'm afraid your story is over now. You're stuck down here with us.
Oh!
Ani!
You're awake. Oh my god, we were so worried.
Here, have some water. You were out for like 10 minutes. That's a long time to be fainted.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I saw something. It was like it was looking through me. It's talking about where knowledge goes to die and how our searching would lead us. Shit. We need to get out of here now.
Wait, what?
There was something off about it. I really don't know, but I think we need to go now.
Hey, wait, no, you're in no condition to...
Fuck, I believe her. I do legs every few days, so I can carry her.
Okay, fine. Rowan, we'll see you...
Rowan, no, you need to come with us too. Whatever it was, we can't let it...
Say no more. I've seen enough of this place to know when something is wrong, and I've never seen Ani look scared like that before. Let's go.
What? Are you sure you'll be safe in our dimension? We don't know anything about this.
It's fine. I've been to plenty of others. It's really dizzying at first, but otherwise I'll be fine.
It's a field trip. Okay, maybe not the fun kind of field trip, but still a field trip.
Ani needs medical attention. Come on, let's go!
And that's it for today's episode. So, as always, I want to take this opportunity to give a huge shout out to the big team of people that worked on this episode, especially Kit, who played the role of Ani, Esme, who played the role of Catalina, Moss, who played the role of Mars, Peach, who played the role of Rowan, Echo, who was the voice for Memocide, the second story you heard today, and Emily, who was the voice for It Is in Your Spirit or It Is Nowhere, the first story you heard today. As well, I want to give a huge shout out to Kevin MacLeod, who wrote all of the music that you heard in today's episode. I think I chose to play 4 separate songs, so huge shout out to him. If you want to listen to his music or more, you can head on over to incomptech.com or search up Kevin MacLeod on YouTube or online to go listen to his music. As well, I would like to thank the authors of the various stories you heard today, including by Malice of Forethought, who wrote the story Memocide, the second one for today, and Consumptive Sphinx, who wrote the first story, It Is in Your Spirit or It Is Nowhere. So, With that, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.